Hello everyone! Welcome to MESA's first annual fashion show called Beauty in the Middle East. Thank you all so much for coming. I want to give it up to our president, Susan, who's going to just talk a little bit about us.
Also, I have a speech. I have some bullet points, but hopefully that ends up sounding like a speech.
Do I have to speak into this? Yeah. Alrighty. For those of you that don't know, my name is Susan, or actually pronounced Suzanne, however you want to pronounce it. I'm a junior in political science and human rights double major.
I'm not speaking into this. You guys can hear me. I'm the president of the Middle Eastern Student Association, and before we start and go about our show, I just want to talk to you a little about what we do, what our organization is about, and I want to take a little bit of time to thank everyone who's here, and especially to thank my executive board, because I'm actually just a mouthpiece. I really don't do anything. Everyone, like all of this that you see is because of my exec board, so please give it up to Lava, Andrew, Mateen, Marlene, Julia, anyone else that I missed. You guys are absolutely amazing, and the only reason this is possible is because of you.
I promise I'm actually not.
So they're everything. And then to all the performers that you see today, everyone that's walking today, thank you so, so much. These are all people that are voluntarily doing this, kind of not voluntarily because we yelled at a lot of people to do it. But for a first show, I'm super excited and I'm so thankful that all of you guys are here. So I want to just explain a little bit about MESA. So this is our first semester being an actual student organization, our second semester being a registered student organization, and our first semester actually qualifying for USG funding and all these other things. So it's been a really hectic and really interesting semester for us. So I want to welcome you all to our first annual fashion show, and I hope that it's something that will continue for years to come. What we're going to be doing before everyone walks is that we have divided everyone who's walking up into separate countries. So there's 13 different countries that are going to be walking tonight, and before everybody walks, we're sharing a little bit of a current event situation that's happening in our country. So as immigrants, as children of immigrants, as members of the diaspora, we're able to enjoy rights and enjoy clothing and culture and music that people in our own country are so deprived of. And that's something that we want to shed light on. So even though we're here and able to celebrate all these things, not everybody's able to do that. So we just want to take a moment for you all to recognize that and realize that and enjoy the offer. And the last thing I want to tell you guys about is that one of the goals of MESA is to start our own cultural center. We are a huge population on campus, and we're pretty hidden in the sun since most of us are considered white or Asian. And there's no space on this campus for us to be recognized. So something that you can see as you signed in is that we have a self-reporting Middle Eastern, North African, and South Asian population sheet going, and that's something that we can do with director of culture centers, chief diversity inclusion office, all these other things, so that we can run and have a space that's dedicated to us. So I hope you all support us in that, and please sign in that sheet if you can. But other than that, I'm going to give this to Andrew, who's going to be your MC tonight. So I hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you, Susan. First up today, we have our communication supervisor, Mateen, who's going to introduce the country of Bosnia. Mateen is coming up right now. Right now. There it is. Give it up for Mateen, everyone. What's up, guys? How you doing? All right, I'm going to talk about Bosnia a little bit. Ignore the computer in my hand. So tonight we're going to give one positive fact and one negative fact about each country being presented tonight. So I'll talk a little bit about Bosnia. If any of you are Bosnian, please correct me if I'm wrong. The name Bosnia comes from the Indo-European word Bosana, which means water. In fact, the country has some of the most beautiful waterways in the world, and many of them are open for the public for swimming. I'm sure some of you have heard of the unfortunate Bosnian genocide that occurred during the early 1990s. In fact, the government of Yugoslav Republic of Bosnia Herzegovina declared its independence from Yugoslavia, and then over the next several years, Bosnian Serb forces, with the backing of the Serb-dominated Yugoslav army, perpetrated atrocious crimes against Bosniak. This was considered one of the worst acts of genocide since the Nazi regime's destruction during World War II. So let's introduce.
Thank you, Mateen, for that really bright and shining information about Bosnia. So today, our first model is going to be give it up for, drum roll please, Erna, representing Bosnia. Here she comes! Erna is dressed today in her traditional folklore clothing from Bosnia, absolutely killing her Dinja and her Shamia straight out of Bosnia, followed by the Bosnian flag. She is absolutely killing it out there. Give it up for Erna! Our next country today is going to be the absolutely incomparable Bangladesh. So, for those of you who don't know, one of the most popular sports in Bangladesh is cricket. Isn't that cool? And on a much brighter note, in about 3 to 4 years, 20% of it's going to be underwater because of climate change. Woo! Boom! But on a much brighter note than that, our first models out of Bangladesh are, drum roll please, start the music for Amrin! Amrin is rocking it in her traditional Bengali clothing. She is wearing what is called a
Kameez.
Yes, she is. Next up, we have Armana. Give it up for Noshin and Mukti. Wearing the traditional sari of Bangladesh, joining together. Absolutely killing it out there. Give it up for Mo Islam. Also Shahir, wearing the classic Punjabi clothing from Bangladesh, looking absolutely ravishing out there. Woo! Now, give it up to the tune of Diwanji Diwanji, all of Bangladesh. Take it nice and slow out there, give them all a good look. Thank you all so much. Our next country today will be introduced by Lava Kareem, and that will be Egypt.
everyone. I'll be presenting Egypt. And just don't mind me because I'm really blind, so I'll be holding this phone very close to my face. So, Egypt. A positive aspect of Egypt is that Egypt radiates ancient culture that dates back to 3100 BC. The country's revolutionary art and architecture to this day attract millions of tourists annually. However, a negative aspect of Egypt is that Egypt's economy has been quite turbulent since the Arab Spring Revolution, causing 27.8% of the population to fall below the poverty line. Oh no. But
Thank you, Lava. Today, to the tune of Helwa Ya Biladi, we have Hind from Egypt. Woo! Today, she is wearing a traditional Egyptian abaya with her bourgeois. If you thought the tips of the pyramids were sharp, take a look at her. Now, our first performers for tonight, to the song Mashallah, is Marlene and Fatma. Thank you so much. Give it up for Marlene and Fatma. Can our models from Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Syria please come backstage?
While they get back. So what we want to tell you about Pakistan is that the fourth largest mosque in the world, Faisal Mosque, is located in Islamabad, Pakistan. It spans 54,000 square feet and has the tallest minarets in South Asia, each being 80 meters tall. A negative, unfortunately, is that the 54.9% literacy rate and its effects on health literacy plays a critical role in Pakistan's public health facilities. Pakistan is one of the 3 countries left in the world where polio is not eradicated.
Representing Pakistan today, our first model is Sokaina, walking to proper patola. Next, to represent Pakistan, to Bayan Habet. Oh, scratch that one. Next up, for Pakistan, is Shafi Samir and Fahim, walking to their best song ever. Let's hear it. Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake. It looks to me like Sexy never left. Sorry, I need a minute. Woo. Next, we'll be hearing from Mateen one more time to talk about Sri Lanka, our next country. Mateen, come on up.
What's up, guys? Thank you. Sri Lanka has one of the highest literacy rates in South Asia. In fact, it has a literacy rate of 92% of smart kids in Sri Lanka. However, Sri Lanka, trade with Sri Lanka outside of the country, it's very expensive, given the fact that they are an island nation. However, much of their economy is very self-sufficient, where products are either grown or manufactured inside the country. I'll hand it over to Drew. Drew, my man.
Thank you, Mateen. Our model for Sri Lanka will be walking to a very special part of a very special song today. Give it up for, drum roll please, this one really deserves it, Anita, walking for Sri Lanka. Anita, come on out. Anita is wearing a classic from Sri Lanka. Nikki's got nothing on her. Next, we have Susan back to talk about Syria.
So as I'm sure you guys are all familiar, Syria has been enduring a civil war for a while now. Unfortunately, thousands of civilians are currently fleeing Idlib, which is a province towards southern Syria, as the current regime is beginning to bomb the buffer zone. Positive things about Syria, however, so Damascus, Syria, which is the capital, is the largest and oldest civilization that's ever existed. They've played a huge role in creating the alphabet, finding algebra, and their architecture is seen all across the Middle East.
Today, for Syria, our models are Lena and Marlene to the Badahat theme song. modeling our style today in a custom Afghan made specifically by Giorgio Armani and Versace before he died tragically. Now, our next performance today is Amreen, Zaim, Mo, and Armana performing to a custom-made song. But we forgot to call them up here, so give them a second. For Pangea. Next up is Dana from our e-board to introduce Afghanistan.
Hello, I will be introducing Afghanistan. Poetry is a very cherished part of Afghan culture. Afghans have told their stories in verse for more than over 1,000 years. And one unfortunate negative fact is that due to the bombing of the parliament on October 20th of this year, the elections have been postponed for 3 years now. Enjoy.
Our first model for Afghanistan is Medina.
Take one, left, direct. Let me introduce you. Remember me right here.
Next up for Afghanistan is Maina and Naya. And now. Next up for Afghanistan is Yalda. To the tune of Aftar Baranak. Afghanistan is the president of the Middle Eastern Student Association, Susan Nasseri. Next, we have all of Afghanistan together. Give it up. Now, can we please have our own e-board member Marlene up here, please, to introduce the country of India.
Hey y'all, how you guys doing? Hey! Okay. So, before we start around models, I'm gonna talk about some facts about India. So, I'm gonna start with the negative and then go with the positive. Can everyone hear me? Alright. Okay, so the negative is there's a lot of poverty in India, and then certain those poverty is also like patriarchy and all that stuff. It also prevents certain people from getting their education. However, on the bright side, what's unique about India is that it's the biggest or largest democracy in the world. And like what's interesting about it is that there's a lot of multiple different regions that speak different languages, and they're all like under one government, which is like India. But without further ado, let's go India!
Our models today for India are Avi and Priyanka. Priyanka, for those of you who don't know, is the comptroller to USG. Wearing traditional Indian attire and absolutely murdering it out there. Next up tonight, we have the country of Morocco. Can our Moroccan models make sure they are backstage, please? Now, even though there is a large unemployment rate among the youth in Morocco, the king is working very hard to get that number as low as possible. Plus, Morocco is one of the most beautiful countries in the world, getting influences from all over the world, including very artistic influences from France, which you notice in Casablanca. Our first model from Morocco. Give it up for Morocco! Give it up for him from Morocco and Sophia from Morocco. Everybody put your hands together for Morocco. Next we have a performance from Amrin and Armana. Again, a custom song. Please give it up for Amrin and Armana. Next we have our e-board member, Lava Kareem, to introduce Palestine.
So, a negative aspect about Palestine currently is that the 2 million people in Gaza live with about 4 hours of electricity a day. But a positive aspect is that Palestine has some of the world's oldest olive trees, dating back to 4,000 years. Because the trees are drought resistant and grow under poor soil conditions, they represent Palestinian resistance and resilience. Beautiful. Without further ado, we introduce our beautiful models.
We introduce today Dana and Hala from Palestine. From Palestine, and Hala wearing a customary code. Next, we have Dana coming right back up to introduce Kurdistan. We love Kurdistan here.
So up next is Lava from Kurdistan. And one negative aspect about Kurdistan is that from 1986 to 1989, an estimated 89 to 200,000 Kurds were killed during the Unfal genocide in an attempt to exterminate Kurdish opposition and ideations of freedom. Kurdistan is still widely unrecognized due to the lack of global media attention. However, a positive aspect of Kurdistan is the beauty in its nature. Many of Kurdistan's cities are surrounded by chains of mountains, waterfalls, and caves. So without further ado, here's Lava.
The absolutely magnificent, unstoppable Lava Kareem! Next, we have our own e-board member, Marlene, to introduce the country of Libya.
Hey guys! Alright, so the negative side to Libya is that after the downside of Gaddafi, after Gaddafi got killed, there's a lot of, there was a lack of control in the central government. And so like the local people have to go up, like take control. The positive side is that at the local, like sort of local regions of Libya, is that they, in terms of women's rights, they are electing women. So,
Thank you, Marlene. Now, please give it up for Sarah from Libya. And especially her music.
I love Libya.
Me too, thank you.
We all love Libya. Tell me, Sarah, what's your favorite thing about Libya?
My family and my grandma who makes really good food.
I love my grandma
Facts. Now, how long did this amazing guard take you to put on today?
Well, we pinned it last night, so I could slip about half of it on, but I just spent about 15 minutes in the back with my mother putting it on me.
That's dedication right there. What are some traditional Libyan foods that we should all try? Oh, here we go. Give it up for Sarah from Libya! Okay, we have another performance from Amira and Erna. Give it up for them.
While we figure out music, Amrin will be dancing again from Bangladesh. So please give her another warm welcome while we figure out music.
Amrin, you look great. Oh, that was loud.
Do you want to tell us your favorite thing about Bangladesh?
Probably the food.
What's your favorite food?
Really?
What's doing?
It's like a type of vanilla yogurt.
Any other questions for Amrin?
Not you.
Amrin, did you like song?
together for Amran! Now we're going to take a short break while we wait for our live music to get here, so please take some pictures. If there's any more falafel left, please eat it, because they're not going to last very long. And we'll come back in about 10 minutes with hopefully Wissam to play some oud for us. But we'll put the lights back on and you guys can go take some pictures.
Nice to meet you, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's fine. I need to clean it up. But I
Ladies and gentlemen, our entertainment is here. We're going to just set it up and then we'll all be happy.
I'll just straight up tell you.
Live entertainment has a request. If anyone here knows how to play the guitar and wants to vibe with an oud player, please speak now or forever hold your peace. Anybody with some experience on the guitar, want to have a little fun on stage? Please let us know. Thank you. Hello everyone! Can you just lower that music a little bit? Brian. Thank you. I just wanted to say to everyone, one, thank you for your patience, and two, thank you all so much for coming. This has been incredible. We had a lot of issues planning this, but it all came together in the end, and we could not be happy with the result. We love the turnout. We hope all of you had a good time. And thank you for standing with us through all the little hiccups that you have in your first event like this. And really what that means is next year you really can only go up from here. So I just wanted to thank all of you for coming, hanging out with us for a few hours, having some delicious food. How good was that kibbe, am I right? Ooh, give it a round of applause for the Kitbit. I have been craving Kitbit for months, and my mom refuses to make it for me because it takes too long, and that was so good. So I just wanted to share that. But we have our live music coming up. He's just tuning up his oud. It's going to be very exciting. We have a very exciting end planned to tonight. But again, we just wanted to say thank you.
I'm MESA, for any of you guys who don't know. That's good, man. I'll be playing some home. Unfortunately, I was actually just playing with a flamenco guitarist. He's not going to be able to show up. And my other friend just dipped. So if any of you guys play guitar, feel free to join me. No one? Alright, so I'll just play some home time. Just gotta play chords, dude. Literally just strumming, man. Yeah! Everyone give him a round of applause. So where's the guitarist? These lights are really bright. Right here. Alright, dude. So you said F minor? Just slide the F. This way. And take off the part. So A minor? Oh, whoops. All right, let's play one more song for you.
just beautiful, wasn't it? Thank you guys so much for coming. That was so amazing. Susan has a couple things to say. But first, can all of our models that walk today please stand up in your seats and give a bow? Can we get a big round of applause for everyone that walked today? Everyone did so amazing. Susan?
I just wanted to say thank you one more time. This is the first time we've ever held an event like this. It means so much to you all turn out and stay with us through hiccups and waiting and all the other things. So we're actually going to wrap up. But to wrap up, we're going to end with a debka that will be led by Marlene. So she will be leading the entire thing, and I ask if you guys can all just please join her.
So what I'm planning on doing, because like, I'm gonna go wild, but I also want to teach you guys with the Dempsey dance, of course. But before I do that, I want to teach you guys a transitional like Dempsey, and then so that way I could be able to go wild and you guys don't have to mimic me because I don't expect that from you. But to begin with, the reason why I love Dempsey is because Dempsey unites people. So I can have people come up and like kind of form a circle and hold hands. Like this. So like hold hands. Everyone's doing it. If you can. Yeah, I'm gonna teach everyone the steps. Yeah, but like can you guys hold hands? Come on, y'all. I know you guys want to do it. Okay. Brian, I'll let you know when to start the music, not now. All right. You gotta be on the other end. Yeah, we gotta go on the other end. You have Alright. Okay, so this is how you do it. Ready? Is everyone ready? So you take your left feet, you go across your right feet, and then you separate. Now you do the same thing again, then you separate it, and then you kick. You kick with your left hand, leg. Yes. So like 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, kick. Okay. 1, 2, kick. Okay, well that roast dress is expensive. 1, 2, kick. All right, Brian, hit it.
India are Avi and Priyanka. Priyanka, for those of you who don't know, is the comptroller to USG. Wearing traditional Indian attire and absolutely murdering it out there. Next up tonight, we have the country of Morocco. Can our Moroccan models make sure they are backstage, please? Now, even though there is a large unemployment rate among the youth in Morocco, the king is working very hard to get that number as low as possible. Plus, Morocco is one of the most beautiful countries in the world, getting influences from all over the world, including very artistic influences from France, which you notice in Casablanca. Our first model from Morocco. Give it up for Morocco! Give it up for Hind from Morocco and Sophia from Morocco. Everybody put your hands together for Morocco. Next we have a performance from Amrin and Armana. Again, a custom song. Please give it up for Amrin and Armana. Next we have our e-board member, Lava Kareem, to introduce Palestine.
Hello. So, a negative aspect about Palestine currently is that the 2 million people in Gaza live with about 4 hours of electricity a day. But a positive aspect is that Palestine is some of the world's oldest olive trees, dating back to 4,000 years. Because the trees are drought resistant and grow under poor soil conditions, they represent Palestinian resistance and resilience. How beautiful. Without further ado, we introduce our beautiful models.
We introduce today Dana and Hala from Palestine. Dana is wearing a beautiful mustache from Palestine, while Hala is wearing a customary clothes. Next, we have Dana coming right back up to introduce Kurdistan. We love Kurdistan here.
So up next is lava from Kurdistan. And one negative aspect about Kurdistan is that from 1986 to 1989, an estimated 89 to 200,000 Kurds were killed during the Unfal genocide in an attempt to exterminate Kurdish opposition and ideations of freedom. Kurdistan is still widely unrecognized due to the lack of global media attention. However, a positive aspect of Kurdistan is the beauty in its nature. Many of Kurdistan's cities are surrounded by chains of mountains, waterfalls, and caves. So without further ado, here's lava.
The absolutely magnificent, unstoppable Lava Kareem! Next, we have our own e-board member, Marlene, to introduce the country of Libya.
Hey guys! Alright, so the negative side to Libya is that after the downside of Gaddafi, after Gaddafi got killed, there's a lot of, there was a lack of control in the central government. And so the local people have to go up, take control. The positive side is that at the local, certain local regions of Libya, is that they, in terms of women's rights, they are electing women. So, to power.
Thank you, Marlene. Now, please give it up for Sarah from Libya. And especially her music.
Let's go.
Hi guys.
I love Libya.
Me too, thank you.
We all love Libya. Tell me, Sarah, what's your favorite thing about Libya?
My family and my grandma who makes sure
Thanks. Now, how long did this amazing garb take you to put on today?
Well, we pinned it last night so that way I could slip about half of it on, but I just spent about 15 minutes in the back with my mother putting it on me.
That's dedication right there. What are some traditional Libyan foods that we should all try? Oh, here we go. Give it up for Sarah from Libya! Okay, we have another performance from Amira and Erna. Give it up for them.
While we figure out music, Amrin will be dancing again from Bangladesh. So please give her another warm welcome while we figure out music. Do you want to tell us your favorite thing about Bangladesh?
Probably the food.
What's your favorite food?
Wait.
What's doing?
It's like a Bengali yogurt.
Any other questions for Amrin?
Not you. Do I love what? No, not at all.
Hands together for Amrin! Now we're going to take a short break while we wait for our live music to get here, so please take some pictures. If there's any more falafel left, please eat it, because they're not going to last very long. And we'll come back in about 10 minutes with, hopefully, Wissam to play some oud for us. We'll put the lights back on.